Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of On Friendship by Montaigne. Montaigne was one of the most important philosophers of the French Renaissance, and he is famous for popularizing essay as a literary genre. In this essay, he writes about his friendship with the other writer named Botte. He says that earlier he had read Botte's writings and then only he got introduced to Botte. And later on, they developed a friendship which is unique with its depth and unanimity. So he says that he started observing and reading Botte's letters, that is, letters means his writings, and that created an admiration for Botte. And later on, when they met, both of them bonded very well. And actually, he says their friendship lasted for 4 years. And after that, Botte died. After Botte, he did not feel like having friendship with any other person because that friendship was so precious to him and it was so unique. And that is the reason why he writes this essay. And he says that generally human beings will get into a friendship because they will have some motive in them. It can be because of a cause or aim or because they are getting something from that friendship. It can be having a motive or a calculation. But this cannot be true friendship. A true friendship should be pure and it should be selfless. And then he describes the relationship between other relations and says why those relationships cannot be compared with friendship. He says definitely there is love between parents and children, but at the same time parents cannot confess all their feelings and thoughts with their children because that intimacy is entirely different. And in the same way, children also cannot chastise their parents, but a good friend can do it. Another thing is, brothers are growing along with you, they spend all their time with you, but even they cannot be your friends because though they are living in the same world, in the same place at the same time, there is generally a rise of rivalry between brothers. And brothers are born because of nature. Your brother is something which is given to you by nature, but friendship is not like that. Friendship which has is something which comes freely to you. And at the same time, he says even love actually joins two strangers together, but love can be changeable, love can be fickle. You cannot depend on love can break at any time, but a true friendship is always constant. And then he says about sexual desire. Again, here he talks about it because sexual desire is opposite of friendship. Sexual desire comes because you have a burning flame, and this flame will vanish at any time. But friendship, that flame will never vanish from you. It will only grow more and more. The more you are in the company of a friend, the more you are talking, the more you are joking, the friendship will become more and more deeper. Even marriages, he says, cannot be close to friendship because in marriage there's some legal and moral restraints. But in friendship, there is no restraint, there is no moral obligation. Friendship is totally freedom. Again, here he says that true friendship is lacking in women, and what depth and constancy is required for friendship is not there in women. And then he talks about homosexuality. He says in homosexuality, external appearance plays more important part, and this definitely is not a true friendship because this is not the friendship which Montaigne is speaking about here. Here, Montaigne is speaking only about true friendship. And then he says there is no friendship between the love between an older man and a younger youth because this again is based on a base and vulgar intention, and generally this younger youth will be loving, showing out his love for the older man for the sake of fishing out money or for some advancement. And then he says that his friendship with Botte was fated by a power of destiny. It is this fate that he has to become their true friends. And he says that they knew each other through books before they met, and the moment they met, immediately they became friends. And in fact, he says that Botte wrote a work on the power of the attraction, and he had said that they did not become friends after meeting for nearly 101 meetings, But the moment they saw, they became friends, they lost themselves in each other, and then both were part of the other. Again, here he talks about one story told by Cicero in his essay on friendship about Laius questioning Gaius Blasius about his friendship with Gaius Gracchus. After Gaius Gracchus was arrested for sedition, he asks him, "Would you have done anything for him?" asks Lucius. "Even set the temples on fire. He would never have asked such a thing," says Blasius. But Laius asks, "Yes, but if he had, would you have?" And Blasius says, "Yes, because he's my friend." Here, Cicero, being a conservative patriot, thinks this is a disgraceful answer, and he says that you should be friends, but not beyond a level. If the friendship is going to take you to an immoral behavior, then you have to stop and drop your friendship. But Montaigne says, no, I admire Blasius' answer because friendship means total abandonment to each other's will and personalities. And here it is a deliberate indication of the distance between Cicero's stern republican patriotism and Montaigne's politically detached sophistication humanism. And Montaigne and Boutique's souls and will were actually one. They were two bodies but one mind. They traveled together, they read together, they talked together, and they saw into each other's heart themselves. They knew that the other person was a true friend to him. And Montaigne draws a distinction between super friendship, which he is describing, and all the other commonplace and everyday friendships which most of us actually experience. Here, with those ones, one we can relax because you are never truly united with each other. One must ride with one hand on the brittle because at any moment this superficial friendship will break. Because this superficial friendship is unpredictable, questionable, or it is immoral, and at any time your friendship will break away. By contrast, the super friend he is describing does not count help and gifts because you're not moving with him only for some help or advancement of our gifts. It is a fusion of wills. And so helping your friend requires no more explanation than helping yourself. The more it is like helping yourself. It is not that you're helping your friend because your friend is not another person. And all concepts such as benefit, obligation, gratitude, request, and thanks, these are all inappropriate because they imply separation. When you say thanks, when you express your gratitude, it means you're telling to another person. This should not come in a true friendship because this true friendship is a fusion of two souls. And then he tells about a story of a man who writes a will. And in that will, he mentions two of his friends. And for this two of his friends, he is not giving money or goods, but he is giving them an obligation. He asks them to look after his mother and marry off his daughter, which he has not done because he is before his death. Now, if anyone is going to read this will, they will laugh. But here he says this is true friendship because the friend should be feeling grateful because your friend has given you the honor of taking care of his mother and getting off his daughter, meaning both of them were one. He trusted his friend, he knew his friend will take care of his mother and also get his daughter married. And here, friendship of the type which Montaigne is describing is possible between two men and no more. Here again he says about commonplace and everyday friendship because here you will love one man for his beauty, you will love another man for his easy manners, and you will love another man for his liberty and so on. And therefore this is not the grand true friendship he is describing. The second type is dissolves all other obligations. It is absolutely single and indivisible. A friendship like this is rare indeed and only comes once in a lifetime. You cannot have many friends saying this is true friendship. And he says that 4 years which he was spending with Boutique, it is like real friendship. And after Boutique had died, his life seems like a smoke, but a dark and tedious night. And he's saying that I am so happy with that friendship. I feel completely united with him that after he is dead, he feels that half of him is dead. He feels like a half man. And he ends the text by explaining that he actually wanted to republish his friend's essay against tyranny within his own books of essays. But thing is, a few other people who were actually is mentioning the French Protestants, they had published his essay, and therefore he feels that he is not able to publish it, and of course he strongly objects to it. And he also goes on to the extent of saying that when Botte wrote that essay he was only 16. It will be like a schoolboy's exercise and will not definitely reflect his mature thought which came to him in the later years. And finally, he concludes by emphasizing that contrary to the implication of the essay being published by Protestant subversives, his friend was a good Catholic and law abiding patriot. And he say here, if you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.